Do me. Ow! Fuck! That's how you hit me much harder than So you want to buy your first car.
Here's what you guys should know.
So you're at the point where you're really trying to look into your first car. There's a lot of different things you guys have to look at.
You guys really have to understand your wants versus your needs, and also what can actually fit your budget, because everyone's budget is different.
That's a really good point, because budget is a very misunderstood word. Budget doesn't mean just the price of the car that you can afford. Budget means insurance, maintenance, what actually you want to do with the car, and a lot of other factors like gas and, you know, different areas. There's different like
faulty turn signals. BMW driver.
BMWs.
I mean, it's out there. But you also have to figure out your performance. So like if you want a car that performs, you want to be able to go and shred the streets, or find that other person or your friend to be able to do stoplight to stoplight races. We're not promoting anything, but if you want to be able to win, you want to have a performance-oriented car, but you also have to figure out where that lands in your needs versus your wants.
Yeah, it worked out for me when I had the Mustang. First day I met this guy. Line up on the light, looking at each other. We know what's about to go down. Pop, pop, pop. He guns it, and I stall.
Oh, and I'm in a 4-banger GTI.
Completely stopped.
Completely stopped. And I'm in a Mustang GT. Oh god, those are the days.
So that brings me on to the next point. If you want a car that's going to outperform a lot of other cars like that, you have to find something that's reliable as well. Because you can go on Craigslist and buy a 7-second gasser, probably within your budget, but that thing's going to be breaking down on you every time you turn it on.
No, yeah, that's very true. You don't want to be getting 5 miles to the gallon.
Exactly.
like you're going to look in your wallet one day, it's going to be full. 2 days later, it's going to be empty because you spent it all on gas.
Yep. Try explaining that one to your parents.
But I mean, you also want to be able to do stuff like this.
But you also want a car that you can just cruise in down the highway, do whatever, that can still get you from point A to point B, because at the end of the day, that's what a first car is.
Yeah, so we came up with a list of about 5 things. They're very multiple, however you want, based on personal
preference,
and personal situation, that we're gonna go over with you guys, and you should keep in mind with every situation that you guys are in, especially looking for your first car. Alright, so the list of the 5 things, we have practicality, ride quality, you got performance and modability, you have the reliability and the maintenance of the car, and you also have the price of everything. So gas, insurance, everything. So you want to take it away on that first one? You got practicality.
Would you?
I would.
As we can see here, we have fine German engineering. Very, very not practical.
No, that is not practical.
From the amount that you are most likely going to have to put into these cars to actually just get them running, let alone replacing all the different sensors, all the fluids, and taking them to the specialist dealers, is going to be outrageous, guys.
Oh,
So
it's going to be crazy.
the biggest thing we can say is, okay, it's really cool to pull up in your nice drop-top BMW and Mercedes. Just stay away. You can have a lot more fun with something much different.
You'd be surprised the amount of fun I have in the GTI. Like, that thing's just a daily driver, grocery getter, but that thing's fun. Like, I just shred. It's so much fun. But you also gotta pay attention to ride quality. You don't want to be driving and just be bop, 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 bop.
Exactly.
You don't want to be hitting potholes or being scared to go over speed bumps hella fast.
Exactly.
Although I am right now, but I mean, some things you sacrifice, but initially the ride quality was good, and you want to really focus on that because that's a really key feature, especially with the daily driver.
Exactly. And then just one other topic in there that isn't much of a topic, but it is just something to consider, is if you're buying a brand new $50,000 car, what's the point that you're actually gonna be very comfortable driving that car? You know what I mean? You're gonna pull up, you're gonna start parking in places, you're gonna be so scared, you're gonna be going too slow around the streets actually, and it can actually be very dangerous sometimes when you're just too scared and not comfortable enough to drive the car.
Like me with the Mustang.
Let's not get there.
Alright, so next one we have performance and modability. You want it to be able to perform from factory, but you also, depending on if you're buying the car, you want to be able to modify it and make it yours and make it your own. So you want to know that there's a broad and there's a big market for modified parts. I can't speak. Modified parts. Like for instance, I own an E21 BMW drift car, and half the shit is gonna be completely custom fabbed, and the rest is gonna be LS parts from Chevy.
It's a really great point. That's one thing. If you're leasing the car, there's not much you can really do in modding it.
Throw wheels and tires.
Throw wheels and tires and stuff like that, but then you have to keep in mind certain things when you take the car back for it to have its maintenance. They're gonna look at this and be like, oh, you voided your warranty, this, that, and the other. Stealership, am I right? So that's one thing. So if you're gonna be leasing a car, you wanna look more on stock performance aspects of the car and kind of gauge it. But as Ash was saying, there are just certain cars that do have a really tight-knit community to them, and this niche of people just doing loads of different modifications to them and personalizing it. There are other cars that don't have that require a lot more skill and a lot more tasteful things, whatever you say. And yeah, you know, so that's just another thing to look into.
So we have reliability and maintenance, which is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, we don't really gotta go into that. It's kind of the non-fun part. So is number 5. Number 5 is cost. It's also not fun.
Not fun to talk
You don't want to think about cost. You just kind of want to go shred.
Exactly.
But yeah, you have to figure out insurance, gas, all that maintenance, which is the last one as well. But I mean, let's just say you're driving and you burn off the tires. Have fun with that.
Fun. You guys kind of have to look at it. If you're buying a car that's relatively inexpensive and is within your budget, has the performance you want, but has some oddly massive tires on it or some really high grade tires on it, you know, if you're planning on being a very spirited driver with the car, it's gonna add up very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Especially if the car comes with some massive rotors or even, probably not, but carbon ceramic brake rotors.
Ooh.
At that point, when those are done, you get rid of the car because it's gonna be $20,000 just to replace those.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole nother car just to get new brakes.
Exactly, and the reason we bring that up is because there's much old like AMGs, early 2000s that have that technology in them that people just don't want to touch anymore.
They don't want to deal with it.
Exactly. Alright guys, so that's going to be a wrap for this video today.
Yep. If you want any more informative videos, especially on any of the cars specifically in this video, I would really suggest go check out our series, Build That Car. It's a new show we're launching, hopefully coming out a couple days after this initial video. And also come back to this video, we're going to have a lot more stuff to get your foot in the car community and foot in the door learning about cars.
We're going to have a lot of other informative videos, some that you can just play in the background while you're working, some where if you don't really know much about cars, you know, you can share this with other buddies who are also interested in certain cars. There's going to be a lot of informational stuff out there as long as Are you choking? There's going to be a lot of other videos out there along with, you know, our regular uploads of our cars and stuff like that.
Builds and modifying, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly, guys.
Yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah. And as always, have a good one.
Peace. That's a wrap!
Finally. Oh, I had a raging boner.
Oh yeah.
Can you help me? Oh, yep. Just wait. Make it a little small. Camera stall.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!